Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to integrate Jetpack Compose in an Expo React Native application. So let's get started. So firstly you will have to choose what template you want to create your React Expo application. I will be using this blank TypeScript template, but feel free to choose whatever makes sense to you. The only reason I am using blank TypeScript is because it has very less boilerplate code and it comes with TypeScript support as well. So what I will do, I'll just copy this particular command so to create our application, and I will just paste it wherever you feel is your workspace directory. So yeah, this will create an app for us. We just have to wait. So here I will just give my application name as my app and let it do its own thing. So it will do npm install and all that stuff. In the meantime I can just open my app. So I'll just open the app which we have inside of VS Code, and I'll also open this. Okay, I'll just move this over here. Now as you can see we will be integrating Jetpack Compose. In case if you don't know what Jetpack Compose is, it's basically like declarative UI for native Android application, just like we have Swift UI for iOS, or kind of like Flutter, but sometimes you might find some like if you have a problem which is very difficult to achieve in Expo React Native, and it is easily available in Jetpack Compose. You can use Jetpack Compose for this. So that's what in this I will only show you how to integrate a normal text component of Jetpack Compose, but instead of text you can take whatever you feel like. I will show you all the code, don't worry about it. But yeah, just trying to keep things simple, but you have to follow the same steps whenever you want to integrate Jetpack Compose inside your Expo React Native application. So once this is done, once our project is created, as you can see we don't have the Android folder. Also Jetpack Compose is only for Android, so this is Android specific tutorial only. So I'll just copy this particular URL and I'll open it inside a new tab. So here you can see this is our Android device, this is our development build, and I have also disabled this EAS option. I am on Mac OS. If you have different operating system you can select that, and I have already installed Watchman, I have already installed this Zulu, I've already done all this. I have already installed Android Studio. If you haven't done this, make sure you install all this. Then what we can do is we'll just have to run this particular command. So I'll just copy this and I'll cd to my app first. Okay, and I will just run this particular command. So this will install the Expo dev client, because I don't want to use EAS. EAS is something like cloud service from Expo to build your application. I don't want it. I want to build it locally. Once that is done, to create the Android folder we have to run this particular command. So I'll just copy this as well and I will paste it over here. Okay, once it has started, it will ask you for a package name. I'll keep it everything as default. Just click enter and it will create the Android folder for you. So here you can see it has started creating the Android folder. The next thing is we have to create a native module. So for that you can just copy this particular URL and paste it over here, and here you can see this is our Expo modules API. To create an Expo module we just have to copy this particular command. So I'll just copy it, and here you can see I'm getting this error because I haven't installed any Android emulator, and I have also not connected my real Android device to my Mac OS. That's why it couldn't find an Android device. That's why it thrown an error, but this is fine. I will run my application at the very end. I don't want to run it now. Then I will just copy this and paste it over here. Now again it will ask me for my module name and everything. I'll just keep everything as default and I'll just click on enter, but feel free to change it to whatever you feel like. So now it will create the module for us. So yeah, that's it. Now what I have to do is I will just have to open this app.tsx. I have already created a sample project for myself because I will be copying a lot of code from that. Very difficult for me to remember the code. So this is the sample project which I created before recording this video. So don't get confused. I'll just be copying this code from this particular sample project. So yeah, don't worry too much about it. So firstly we'll have to import our module view. So if you see, we have created this modules folder, right? So inside Android src Java. Here is our module view. Inside this we will be writing all the code, so that's why we have to import it something like this. If you have given some different name to your module, make sure you change your import as well. Then to use it, we can just directly use something like this, just like a normal React Native component. I will just remove this, I don't want this text component, and I'll paste it over here. Change the width and height to whatever you feel like. I am occupying the entire width and height using the use Windows dimension hook, so I'll just paste it over here, and I will just import this use Windows dimension from React Native as well. Okay, now here you can see we are getting this error because this my module view is not able to recognize the styles of React Native. So to resolve that, you can just go to src my modules.types.ts. Here you can see by default it takes a name prop. I don't really want a name prop. If you want, you can use it, but I'll keep things simple. I'll just remove it and I'll just add this view prop so that our error of styling is resolved. As you can see, I have imported view props from React Native, and if you see now, this particular issue has been resolved. Next, what you will have to do is you will have to open Android Studio, and we will have to import this main Android folder which we have inside Android Studio. So now this again, once you import it, the Gradle syncing takes a lot of time, so be patient. So I'll just click on open. I'll go to my application. So this is my app, Android folder. I'll just click on open again, and now this will take little bit of time, so be patient because the Gradle syncing does take a little bit of time. So yeah, once the Gradle syncing is done, I'll come back. Okay, so in the meantime, since my Gradle building is still going on, what I can do is I can just go to this Android folder which I have, src java my module.kt, and here you can see that it takes this name prop which I don't want. This is by default, so I will just remove this. We are not sending any name from React Native side, so I'll just remove this. Then I will go to my module view.kt. Okay, now here again I will just open my practice project, and I'll copy some code, and then I'll explain it to you what exactly I have done. So I'll just go to Expo modules, my module. Okay, and here I will just open my module view.kt. Okay, before that, yeah, sorry, so we can do this. So I'll just close this. I'll just copy this code and I will explain it to you. So here I will just add this curly brace. I'll just paste it over here. Okay, so basically inside my module view.kt I will have to create another Kotlin file called my view, and I haven't created that file yet, but I will create it shortly. So here I can just go to my module view, my modules, and here I can create my view.kt file. Now here it will inflate or initialize this my view.kt, and it will assign whatever styling which you have from React Native side to this particular view. Okay, so pretty simple. Now here as you can see that my Gradle syncing is finished. Now we need to include Jetpack Compose inside our Android application, right? But for Jetpack Compose there are a lot of dependencies which we have to include inside our build.gradle file. Now I will quickly show you the build.gradle file of my main app. This is not for our module dependency. If I scroll down, okay, where is the here you can see we have few dependencies like React, Android and all this stuff, but we don't have any Jetpack dependency. So what you will have to do is just go to your app, Kotlin plus Java, here right click. Don't do this via VS Code, this will not work properly. Right click, new activity, click on gallery. Here you have to select this particular activity. So this is a Jetpack Compose symbol, that means you have to select this one. Click next. Here you can see we already have main activity. You can name this whatever you feel like. We are not really using this, but when we create a Jetpack Compose activity, the advantage is that Android Studio will already add all the necessary dependencies which are required for Jetpack Compose. So I'll just click on finish. Again, Gradle syncing will take a lot of time, so be patient. Here you can see it has started the Gradle syncing. Also, if I go to build.gradle, here you can see it has added a bunch of dependencies. So we need to add this by all these dependencies inside our build.gradle of our module, native module, Expo native module which we have created. So I will let this Gradle build finish, then I'll come back. Okay, so as you can see, my Gradle syncing has finished, and these are all the dependency it has added inside my native Android application. Now if you want, you can just delete this main activity 2.kt. I will keep it for now. That's fine. So I will just close this. Okay, then what I will do is I will go to my module. This is our module, right? And here I will go, and here you can see I have created this my view.kt. But firstly we will have to add all these dependencies of Jetpack Compose inside our build.gradle file. Now I will copy all this dependency, but don't copy the version which I have included inside the build.gradle. Whatever Android Studio has created the version for you, make sure you copy that. Otherwise you might be using a higher version of Android Studio, and you might copy my dependency 1 year later from now when I have published the video, and you will get lots of errors. So whatever Android Studio is showing added dependency, make sure you add all this dependency. So what I can do is that here it is telling me there is a new dependency. So here you can see 24.0.09.3. so I'll just update this. Okay, and this is the latest one. Yeah, so here you can see Android Studio gives you this warning. This also I can update 0.09.03. so whatever is Android Studio telling you, update it to that version, and then click on sync. Now I will copy this, okay, all this dependency inside the build.gradle of our Expo native module. So just copy this. Okay, just for simplicity I will go over here. This is the build.gradle of our my modules app, and here you can see if I scroll down I have nothing. So I'll just create this dependencies block, and I'll paste it over here. Okay, now just to be consistent, I'll just do this. I think also, okay, I don't need this test implementation, I will just ignore it. Also like I think Expo React Native is still using the older version template of Android Studio. In newer version you can't really like something like this, you will get error. So just to avoid issues in future as well, I am writing it like this. Okay, and we have to replace like this single quotes with double quotes. So I'll just do it over here, do it over here, do it over here, and I'll do it over here. Then I will add closing brace as well for this, and this. Okay, now I will replace this single quotes with double quotes, because in newer Android version like the one which I am using, if you create a native Android application, if you try to use single quotes you will get an error. That's why just so that my tutorials are future proof, in case if Expo React Native decide to update that template, I'm using the right way. Okay, so here I also will use double quotes. Okay, so this is done. I will quickly save it. Next again I'll just copy my I'll go over here, I'll go to my view.kt, I'll open my practice project, I'll just copy everything and then I'll explain it to you. So I have copied it. So firstly what I have done is we have to write our package name. Now don't copy my package name, your package name could be different. To get your package name you can just go to my module view.kt, and this is your package name. So just paste your package name over here. These are all the dependencies which I have included. So I'm first taking linear layout. Now I know you might be wondering, this is not Jetpack Compose, this is XML layout. But we can't directly integrate Jetpack Compose with Expo React Native. We have to go through the old XML layout system. If you know a better way, do let me know in the comment. So I have taken a linear layout. This text view which you see is the old XML layout text view. This is just for, I just want to make you guys understand that you can embed both old XML layout as well as Jetpack Compose. That's why I have taken this text view. If you don't want it, you can remove it. This is our Compose view, which I will come back shortly. Here I have created layout params. Here we are setting our layout params for our linear layout. Orientation is vertical. Then here I am setting some text to our XML layout text view. So I am setting hello from XML, setting some text size, setting some text color, and adding it to our linear layout. Here I am setting our compose view, which I will show you shortly, and then adding it to our linear layout as well. Now we have to create this particular file as well. So here you can see inside my practice project I have created that Kotlin file as well. So just go over here and create my compose main text.kt. okay, and I will again open this because I need to copy paste some code. Okay, I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. So again, this is my package name. Okay, then here I have added some imports which I have just copied from Jetpack Compose, and this text component is a Jetpack Compose text component. So here you can see I'm telling hello from Compose, setting some text style, setting some font weight as well. Change this to whatever you feel like. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Now a few changes which I have to make is what I'll do is I'll close everything just to avoid confusion, and then I will again go back to my practice project. I will go to build.gradle and I'll open it over here. So no, not this build.gradle, sorry, I need to open the project build.gradle. So again, this is my practice project, ignore it for now. App build.gradle, we have to update the Kotlin version. I'll scroll down. So here as you can see I have to update the Kotlin version. Sorry, one more thing which I forgot to tell you is, if you look the build.gradle of my app, we also need to add these two things to our build.gradle of Expo native model. So I'll just copy this, okay, and I'll go over here. Yeah, inside the Android block we have to add it. So I will just add this. Now at least at the time of me recording, the latest Kotlin compiler extension version is 1.5.10. okay, I'm not sure why this is not giving me this particular thing like to update it, but I know, I will tell you from where did I get that actually. But like I told you, we also need to update our Kotlin version, right? So this should be Java version 17, 17 and 17. So I'll go to the build.gradle over here and I will just change this to 17, this to 17 and this to 17 as well. Okay, then I'll click on sync now. Now this particular version is very important to what Kotlin version or Java version you are using. So here if you see, where is the Kotlin version? Here is there a Kotlin version over here? I'll just save this as well. Okay, is no, where is Kotlin? I don't know. Let's see, let's try running it, this application, but before that there is one more thing which I want to show you guys. I do remember I had to update the Kotlin version as well, but I don't know. Okay, now I'm just trying to show you one more documentation. I forgot where I have exactly written it. Go to Android, it should be over here I guess, but is this, yeah, here. Okay, I got it. I'll just copy this. Okay, I'll just paste it inside app.tsx as well. Okay, and I'll just show it to you over here because this is very important. So here as you remember, so this is the latest version, but I'm not really updating to this. So if you see what version we are using, 1.5.10, right? 1.5.10, and what Kotlin version it requires, 1.9.22. okay, so hopefully you got the point. Am I using 1.9. okay, is this the Kotlin version 1.9.24? I am not sure. I think this is the Kotlin version 1.9.24. this is automatically present inside Expo React Native application, so it is inside Android React settings plugin 1.9.24. 1.9. when I am not able to find where exactly inside this particular project have they assigned the Kotlin version. Not really sure where exactly it is. Is it over here? sorry guys, I'm not really sure where they have set the Kotlin version, but I think it is 1.9.22 or 1.9.24, either one of this. So if you are getting an error while running the application, make sure you update this particular version to whatever Kotlin version you are using. What I will do is I'll just try to run this application. Okay, there is one more thing. Yeah, thank God. So what you can do is, next thing is okay, I'll just click on sync now for now. Given that we had created that activity, remember, for compose this particular activity, it creates some duplicate resources as well, which I want to show you how to delete that duplicate resources, because I will face that particular issue when I try to build the application. So now here you can see Gradle syncing has been finished. So what I will do is I'll click on this hammer icon which you see. Okay, so I'll just click on this. So again, it will take little bit of time for the Gradle syncing, but it will build our application, and if there is any error, it will let us know what exactly is the error. So I'll just wait for this. In the meantime, I'll quickly explain it to you, all the stuff which I have done, because this might be little confusing for you guys. So firstly, after we created this module, all I did was I imported it, and we are using it like this, right? Then we just went to this. Okay, we went to src my modules.types.ts, we added this view props, we removed this name. Then we went to Android, we went to my module.kt, I have removed that name props thing which we had, I don't really need it. Inside my module view, I imported it like this. Okay, and inside, then here I created my view.kt file. Okay, so this is all the code for it, and here is my compose main.txt. so this is the actual Jetpack compose text, but here you can use whatever you feel like, any Jetpack compose text, any Jetpack compose component, I mean. Okay, next, inside build.gradle, we also added this dependency, and we also added this particular thing. Okay, all right. Next, also inside native Android application, as you remember, we created that activity, right? This particular activity, and it already added bunch of dependencies for us. So if you go over here, sorry, this one, build.gradle of your app, if you remember, it added all the bunch of dependencies. This all dependency. Also, I upgraded the Java version to 17 over here as well as over here, and then I'm just clicked on this particular build icon, so that it will build our project. And if in case if there is any error, there is an error, once this build finish, Gradle build finish, I'll come back. Okay guys, so as you can see over here, I get this particular duplicate resource issue. So I'll just scroll down, so you can just click on this, and here you can see this is the duplicate resource. Or you have to go to app, res, values, and here you can see this is the duplicate resource. So just right click, refactor, just delete, click OK. So it has been deleted. Again, I will press on this hammer icon just to see if there are any more issues. Okay guys, so now my Gradle sync or this build thing was successfully completed. I will just run my app on a real Android device and show you guys the output. Hopefully there are no more bugs. Okay guys, so as you can see, here is the output. So there are two text element, hello from XML from the old Android XML layout system, and hello from Compose. This is the text from Jetpack Compose. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.